What's going on, guys? Jessie15 here, and welcome back to another Pokemon episode review. This is the fourth one that we're doing now, and I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been checking out the past other 3 videos, although last week's episode didn't get as many views as the past 2, so if you haven't checked out that one, I'll leave a link to that down below in the description. It's going to be the very top line there, so make sure you check that out, because with these Pokemon episodes, they all follow on from each other, so you have to watch last week's episode if you want to find out what's happening in this one. So I'll give you a chance to go away. You got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well, if you're still here, that means you want to check out this week's episode, so I'll stop my rambling, and without further ado, let's get into this week's Pokemon episode review. So this week's episode is episode 131, Jessie versus James, a battlefield of truth and love. So the episode opens up with a preview of what happened last week. After that, we get to see Sophocles, who is a bit nervous for his battle. He's there, he's talking to all his friends saying he's nervous. We get to see Lillie and Gladion as well, who look nervous too. Kiawe is super pumped for his battle, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Anyway, Lillie tells Gladion not to hold back whatsoever. She wants to feel the full force. She wants to have a proper battle with her brother. After we've seen that bit, we then pan across to Jessie, who is dreaming about being the champion of the Pokemon League. She then wakes up and realizes, oh, it was only a dream. After we see Jessie's dream, we then see our first battle, Mina versus Sophocles, and the battle has already begun. Mina is using her Ribombee, while Sophocles is using his Vikavolt. Both Ribombee and Vikavolt are trying to fly around, chase each other, but the only issue is they're both really fast, so they're not catching each other whatsoever. They both manage to get some distance between each other, and Vikavolt goes for a Zap Cannon, but luckily Ribombee dodges it. Ribombee then immediately goes for Pollen Puff and lands quite a few on Vikavolt. Seeing that Vikavolt is a bit dazed, Ribombee then goes for a Psychic, throwing Vikavolt at the ground. But for some reason, it seems like Vikavolt isn't even damaged whatsoever. It's not even hurt, it's not even phased by being thrown at the ground by a powerful Psychic move. So then Vikavolt managed to get in close, grab onto Ribombee with its pincers or its claws, not letting go whatsoever. Vikavolt then goes for a powerful Signal Beam, taking down Ribombee, meaning Sophocles goes through to the next round. But now it's time for the main battle of the episode, Jessie versus James. Jessie, surprisingly, decides to use her Wobbuffet, while James is using his Mareanie. Once the battle has begun, Mareanie goes for a Spike Cannon, followed by Sludge Bomb, but Jessie, I feel like watching this, Jessie has no idea how to control Wobbuffet at all. Wobbuffet's been around for years and years, and it's clear that she has no idea what any of his moveset is, because Jessie tells Wobbuffet to use anything. Go for absolutely anything. Luckily, Wobbuffet managed to go for a Reflect or a Counter, whatever, and just fires all the moves back at Mareanie. Going into this battle, it's obvious that James is planning to lose the battle to make Jessie happy, and also not angry at him. So, after a few more moves, he tells Mareanie to just act defeated. You know, act like you've lost, just fall over and pretend you've lost. Mareanie then puts on an angry face and basically says, no, it wants a serious battle. So, a serious battle begins. Mareanie goes for a full power Spike Cannon at Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet and Jessie are a bit surprised at this. They don't really have the time to counter the powerful Spike Cannon coming for them. But somehow Wobbuffet manages to get a Reflect up, although the Spike Cannon is just too powerful and breaks through Wobbuffet's Reflect, throwing Wobbuffet to the ground, knocking it out. Meaning, James is the winner. Is he actually the winner? Because now we've got to go home and face Jessie. And I don't think Jessie's going to be too happy with him. But anyway, James goes through to the next round. After that battle, we then go to our third battle, which is Kiawe versus Acerola. Kiawe has chosen to go for his Alolan Marowak, while Acerola has gone for her Gengar. But it's not a normal Gengar, this is the Totem Gengar. Gengar then goes for a Shadow Ball, but Marowak blocks it with its bone. Gengar then goes for a Shadow Punch, landing on Marowak. Marowak then gets infected by Gengar's Cursed Body ability. Cursed Body, for those who don't know, basically disables the opponent's moves, or disables one of their moves. So with Marowak being frozen in place by Gengar's Cursed Body, it gives Gengar a chance to get in close and use Thief. Gengar goes up to Marowak, uses Thief, and takes Marowak's bone, meaning that Marowak can't go for Shadow Bone, it can't go for Bone Meringue, and it cannot go for Flare Blitz, meaning it's only got Iron Head left. But with Cursed Body in play, I'm guessing that Iron Head has been disabled. So Marowak just stands there and takes attack after attack after attack. Eventually, Cursed Body lifts and Marowak goes for a very, very powerful Iron Head, flies towards Gengar and goes inside of Gengar, disappearing. What's Marowak doing in there? Well, he's just stolen his bone back, flies out of Gengar and goes back in front of Kiawe. Now the battle can really begin. Gengar goes for a powerful Shadow Ball while Marowak goes for its Shadow Bone. Marowak hits Shadow Ball back into Gengar's face, causing it massive damage. Then Marowak comes in with its Shadow Bone and lands a super effective hit on Gengar, making Gengar fall to the ground, leaving it out of the battle, meaning Kiawe goes through to the next round. Now for the final battle. We've got Lillie versus Gladion. Lillie, of course, goes for her Alolan Vulpix because she doesn't have any other Pokemon, while Gladion goes for his Umbreon. Immediately, as soon as the battle has begun, Vulpix goes for Hail, giving Vulpix the advantage on the battlefield. Umbreon then goes for a Dark Pulse, but Vulpix goes inside the Hail's mist, dodging it, which is a very, very, very smart tactic by Lillie. Well done to her. Anyway, after a few more moves, Umbreon then goes for a Shadow Ball, while Vulpix goes for Aurora Veil. Now, Aurora Veil in the anime is basically like a protect. It protects the Pokemon against any move. But Umbreon is much more powerful than Vulpix, meaning that Shadow Balls go straight through Aurora Veil and hits Vulpix in the face. At this point, Lillie's saying, there's no other way that we can win this battle. There's only one way left. And of course, use the Z move. That's right, Lillie. You've only used 2 moves so far, and you want to go for the Z move. Okay. And I have to say, this Z move was actually very, very good animated. It was very, very good. And yeah, good props to Pokemon there for doing that. Anyway, Vulpix goes for the Z move, manages to land on Umbreon, throwing Umbreon into the sky. But I'm guessing this was Umbreon's tactic because it allows Umbreon to get close to Vulpix using Iron Tail. And you guys can pretty much guess what happened there. With an Iron Tail that close, yep, that's right, it throws Vulpix into the air. Lillie catches Vulpix, and Vulpix is too weak to continue, meaning the Gladion is the winner and Gladion goes through to the next round. So with that out of the way, that's all of the battles completed. We then get to see a lineup for the next round, round 2 in the Pokemon League. We have Gladion versus James, Ash versus Hau, Kiawe versus Sophocles, and Guzma versus Lana. Poor Lana, she is going to get destroyed by Guzma. But anyway, the episode then ends with Rowlet and Decidueye having a bit of banter, saying each other's going to win. Rowlet then flies out of the Pokemon Center and speaks to a Wingull, telling the Wingull to do something. I wonder what that could be. I guess we'll have to find out in the next episode, because that is where the episode ends. So yeah, that is where the episode ends. What can I say about this episode? Again, I thought it was a pretty good episode. In my opinion, I think the other 2 were a lot better than this one. Towards the end of the episode, about halfway through towards the end, I was starting to get a bit bored. It was like, alright, we've had 4 battles, now we've got another battle, here we go. Right, Lillie and Gladion, what are you going to do? Yeah, it did feel to drag on a little bit during this episode, but hey, we still got lots of Pokemon battles, that's as much as you can ask for. So the title of the episode was Jessie versus James, a battlefield of truth and love. And yeah, one of the battles was Jessie versus James, but I did feel like the Kiawe and Acerola was a bit more important in this episode than Jessie and James. So, title, it goes with the episode, but it doesn't at the same time. Like I said earlier on, there was one part of the battle which I thought was very, very good animated, and that was Lillie's Z move, so good props there. And one more final thing, what can I say about the interest? Like I said, I just felt like I was losing interest as the episode progressed, and shouldn't really be doing that, especially with all these really good attacks, really good animated moves, and really good battles as well. But yeah, I kind of lost a bit of interest, but I would still recommend this episode because it's the Pokemon League, because we're getting good battles, and because it is entertaining to watch. Yeah, good episode there. So my final score for the episode, I'm on the fence about this one. I kind of want to give it a low score, but then again, I want to give it a high score. So I think I'm just going to go in the middle somewhere. I'm going to give it a 6.5. Wasn't the best episode we've seen, but it was still a pretty decent episode anyway. I am very looking forward to next episode. Managed to see Ash and Hau having a battle. We're going to see Lana and Guzma having a battle. Looking forward to them. But that is where I'm going to leave this episode. Hopefully you've all enjoyed this review. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button. It lets me know that you want to see these and uploaded a bit more quicker as well. Comment down below in the comment section if you want to ask any questions or speak down there. And finally, subscribe to the channel if you are new. As you know, we are bringing one of these episodes every single week until the end of the Sun and Moon anime. So finally, thank you for watching. I'll see you next week with the next episode. Goodbye.